For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler, currently joined by a special guest as we start off May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month, Wheeling University counselor Tina Tordella. And Tina, first of all, thank you for joining us and talk a little bit about Mental Health Awareness Month, what it means, the importance of it, stuff like that.
Okay. So thanks for having me, Zach. And yes, Mental Health Awareness Month has been observed since 1949. So that's a lot of years, more than we've been alive probably. And the importance of it is that it shines light on the importance of mental health and wellness. It helps provide education and resources to people, and it also helps to address the many challenges that people face, the millions of Americans face with mental health conditions each year. In addition to that, just wanted to share a few statistics I think that are relevant. So 50% of mental illness begins by age 14, and 75% of mental illness begins by age 24. Additionally, 1 in 5 U.S. adults suffer with mental illness each year, and only half of them seek help. So it's really important that we continue to spread the word and continue to educate people and really decrease the stigma and the shame that a lot of people experience when it comes to mental health challenges.
And here in athletics, all the time, we hear about different physical injuries to players and how that affects them. Talk about the mental health side and how having mental health issues could affect you as a player.
Oh, absolutely. So student athletes who are maybe struggling with depression or anxiety or unmanaged stress, they will have oftentimes low energy. They'll have poor concentration and focus, which can obviously impact their performance and can also increase their risk for injury. So mental health and physical health are really intrinsically connected, and there's that mind-body connection. So if we want our players to have peak performance, then we need to make sure to focus on their mental health and their physical health.
And as a counselor here at Wheeling University, talk a little bit about how you work with the athletes and the different students on campus to make sure that their mental health is where it needs to be.
Okay. So I think it goes without saying, but maybe not, that I do provide individual counseling to our students. It is free and it is confidential. In addition to that, so not everyone wants to come and talk to the counselor. So in addition to that, I try to do some outreach programming. I have a couple opportunities usually each month during the academic year for Wellness Wednesday and Mindful Monday. So Wellness Wednesdays focus on different topics of mental health and wellness. Try to, have little giveaways for them and just kind of raise their awareness about things, and also just gets me out there in front of them so that they can maybe see that I'm not, a really intimidating person. And then Mindful Mondays are more focused on mindfulness practices. And so it's a little bit of education about mindfulness and ways to incorporate that into your daily practice.
Currently joined by Wheeling University counselor Tina Tordella. And Tina, now I'm going to talk about some ways that both coaches and players can kind of help improve their mental health. First, starting with the coaching side, talk about some of the things coaches can do to make sure their players are where they need to be mentally and physically.
Okay. So coaches, they play such an important role in the student athlete life. So coaches may be already doing this, but one of the things they can do is to create and foster a team environment that supports mental health and wellness. They can check in with their students, just check in, see how you're doing, and by normalizing that conversation, it helps to reduce the stigma and the shame, and it also helps build a relationship of trust. Also, coaches can take a mental health and suicide prevention training, which can help them learn and or just refresh their knowledge about early signs and symptoms of mental health challenges. It can help them understand when and how to intervene, and then where and how to refer students that might be struggling.
And then looking at the student athlete side, obviously, what are some things that they can do to make sure that they are in the right state of mind physically and mentally going into games and practices?
Okay. So these things may seem very basic, but they're really important. So sleep. Sleep is so important, and I think it's underappreciated, but sleep is essential. If we're not rested, we're not going to perform. We're not going to peak perform for sure. It impacts not only the play, but your academic performance. So that's really important. It also, sleep is really an important piece in the rest and recovery, which helps to restore balance and helps to reduce injury risk. Nutrition is so important. We need to fuel our bodies. We need to fuel our bodies so that we have the energy to perform in our sport and in the classroom. A hungry body and a hungry brain is not going to perform well. We need to manage our stress as best as possible, so we need to be sure that we are incorporating some practices of coping strategies, some relaxation, mindfulness practices, if that speaks to you, calming strategies, grounding techniques, just some of those things that we can practice every day for just a few minutes a day. And then it's really important, too, to connect with your support system. So that can be your family, your friends, your faith. And, check in with yourself. How are you talking to yourself? How are you treating yourself? And if you have any concerns, then ask for help. It's okay. We all need a little help every now and then. So.
And finally, talk about what Mental Health Awareness Month means to you and maybe any messages you have for any athletes or coaches who might be watching.
Okay, so this is a month, if you don't do it any other month this year, this is a month to remind yourself that mental health is important. Mental health and wellness is important, just as important as our physical health. And that a reminder that we are human, that we are not machines, and that if we are struggling or if we know someone is struggling, to be sure to reach out for help. There is always someone available at the 988. You can text, you can call. There's always someone there. It's a 24-hour crisis support line, and I think it's just a reminder that you are important, you are loved, you matter, help is available, and there is hope.
Thanks, Tina. Thanks for all you do for our students and everyone here at Wheeling University, and thank you for joining us.
Thanks a lot, Zach.
For Wheeling University Athletics, I'm Zach Ziegler.